Now, the last thing is the common mistakes. This is a thing. If you have an idea of what mistakes normally students make in the exam, if you keep that in mind, you will inshallah surely avoid those mistakes. One of the biggest mistake is no step by step solving. No step by step solving. So I have seen this with a lot of my students. They're very sharp, they're very good, excellent students. What they will do, they'll just solve questions in their mind, and they'll be like, okay, this is a question, I'll do this the steps, and this is the answer. Now what happens when you're sitting in the exam, you have that pressure, you are working fastly, you're trying to do everything, you might miscalculate something while doing it in your head, and that's where you lose marks for no reason, I believe. So make sure whenever you're doing any steps, you're writing all the steps. And in case if you want to come back, and check, you can just refer to your solution. You can refer to all the steps you have done, and you'll understand. Okay, this is correct, or if there's a mistake, it's at this step. The whole question is not wrong. So this is one thing I always advise my student, that please solve step by step. Don't skip steps. Okay. Another mistake, no practice, which I explained previously. You need to practice a lot. Never think that if you grasp a concept at once, it's going to stay in your mind. It might stay in your mind, that's a good thing, but most of the time it does not. So make sure you practice, unless and until you see the question and the solution pops in your mind. Okay, so practice. The third thing is solving past papers. Most of the students, they just go through the past papers, they open it, they look at it, I know this. That's not a good approach. What you have to do, take past papers, take a stopwatch, start doing it. Once you might fail, second time you might fail, third time you might fail, but slowly you'll start doing it in time and correctly. Okay. And another mistake is no rechecking. Okay. Now, students, they might get lazy, they might not recheck, and in this way, they can lose some they can make some silly mistakes which they cannot get back to. If they recheck, they can find the mistakes. So this is one of my advice. The fifth common mistake is misreading the question. Always make sure before solving, you read the question twice and read it with your eyes open. Okay, so make sure you read it twice with your eyes open. Okay, now this, and yeah, I think these are the common mistakes usually my students tell me they made and they lost marks, and I call them silly mistakes, not common mistakes. I call them silly mistakes because if you don't know something, that's a different story. But if you know something and you made a common mistake or you made a silly mistake, then it just feels bad to lose these marks. Now, let me know if you want some help with your SATs. If you want me to solve some past SAT exams, we can also have a small webinar to do some demo solving. So yes, I hope you got some basic idea of the SATs and you understood some strategies, some core concepts or something. So yeah, thank you.